Imagine a young boy adopted by a humble family who grows up to be a revolutionize the way the world thinks, works and communicates. This isn't just a story of success. It's the untold story of Steve Jobs, full of struggles, setbacks and brilliance. Let's uncover it step by step. Once upon a time, in the city of San Francisco, there was a baby boy named Steve. He didn't come from a rich family. In fact, he was adopted by a loving couple, Paul and Clara Jobs. They weren't wealthy, but they promised to give Steve all the love and care in the world. As Steve grew up, he wasn't your average kid. He was curious, always asking questions and not always happy with the answers he got. Even at a young age, he wanted to understand how things worked. Paul, his father, taught him to build things, and this is where Steve's love for creating began. But here's where the story takes a turn. When Steve went to college, something felt wrong. He didn't feel like it was the right place for him. He dropped out after just 6 months. Yes, can you imagine? Dropping out of college seemed like a disaster. But for Steve, it was the beginning of something magical. Now here's where the adventure truly begins. Steve, along with his friend, started building something extraordinary, a computer. But where did they build it? In a tiny garage. The two of them worked day and night. And from that humble garage, the company we now know as Apple was born. Apple grew rapidly, but Steve's journey wasn't at all smooth. At the age of 30, something unthinkable happened.
Steve Jobs, the visionary founder and leader of Apple Computer,
Was fired from his own company. Yes, imagine being thrown out of the company you created. Steve didn't just give up though. He knew that life had more in store for him. After leaving Apple, Steve didn't just sit around. He started a new company called Next and invested in a small animation studio, Pixar. That name sounds familiar. Pixar went on to create some of the best loved movies like Toy Story. And slowly, Steve was proving that he could rise again. But here's the twist. Life brought Steve back to where it all began. Apple, the company that had fired him, was struggling. They needed Steve. And in 1997, he returned. And boy, and this time he came back with a bang. He transformed Apple, leading to the creation of iconic products like iPod, iPhone and iPad. And what makes Steve's story even more special, it was his mindset. He believed in pushing boundaries, in thinking differently. One of his most famous quotes, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." And that's exactly what he lived in his life. Always hungry for new ideas and never afraid to look foolish in pursuit of innovation. He didn't just create products. He changed the way we live, connect and think. Steve Jobs wasn't just a visionary. He was proof that failure is never the end, but only the beginning of something bigger. But did you know Steve never actually wrote a book himself? Instead, he authorized biography Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson offers an in-depth look at his life and mindset. Steve personally chose Isaacson to write the book which is filled with interviews and insights from those who knew him best. Although Jobs didn't author a book, his thoughts, innovations, and visionaries ideas are preserved in this biography, offering readers a closer glimpse into the mind of a genius. So what can we learn from Steve Jobs? He didn't let obstacles stop him. Even when things didn't go his way, he pushed forward. Steve's story reminds us to dream big, to stay curious, and never give up, no matter how tough things get. And who knows, maybe one day you'll create something that changes the world too. I hope you enjoyed this inspiring story. Stay tuned to my channel for more exciting book reviews. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Until my next video, stay curious and keep reading. Signing off, Page Pulse by Lee. See you next time.